Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Augusta, Illinois. It's Southeastern High School Volleyball. The Lady Suns brought to you by Adams Fiber. They are hosting the Beardstown Tigers. Feels like we haven't been here forever, as they don't have a ton of home games due to Lady Suns this year. So we have been here for, I think, all of them, but haven't had a ton of them. We did miss a day of the 2 days of the tournament because of football and other obligations and just having less people to go around this year. But we are here tonight, and it is time for regular season volleyball against the Beardstown Tigers. Of course, they have played Beardstown once this year at the Suns Classic. They opened the tournament, actually. We get ready to go here. You heard the starters, I do believe, but we can go through them real quick. Morgan Wilcox, 5'6", junior. Jaden Van Beck, a setter, 5'2", a junior. Morgan Simmons, a sophomore, 5'3", defensive specialist. Adriana Starks, a 5'5", senior. Tegan Rigg, a 5'5", junior. And Kara Stevens, a 5'10", junior, middle blocker. And setter, you may recognize one name missing, Kenzie Griswold. She had to have some medical procedure done, so she is not able to play for a while. And Tegan Rigg starts things off at the service line and gets the first point of the match for the Suns with an ace. So Tegan Rigg gets the Lady Suns fired off in the right direction. Beardstown will tell you their starters as when they get their first serve. The set going to come across, and a net violation on the Tigers. Rigg gets her second service point. More trouble on the pass, another ace. And off the ceiling, they are going to get a chance to hit here. Blocked down and brought back up and across by the Suns. Tipped back across by Stevens, and she's going to get the kill as the overpass came back to her. Another point for Tegan Rigg, and the first kill for Stevens. An ace for Tegan Rigg. 5-0. Rigg's third ace, excuse me. 5 points, 3 aces. Not going to be an ace this time. They will get a chance to attack from the back row. Van Beck can't handle that one. That was a kill for Mayte Riza. And the first side out of the match. Starters included Ava Quigley at libero, Winner Lubai, Ola Quigley, I'll tell you more. There's Stevens, an overpass, but it's going to be dug by Simmons. And a big-time block by Lubai on Stevens, and a point. Lubai gets the block. Back serving is Ola Quigley. More trouble. Another point. And they're going to get that across. Stevens is there, quick to Stevens. She's going to tip it. Dug up on the far side. Pushed across. Rigg is there. Van Beck, middle to Stevens. And deep left corner, it's in. Stevens is going to get her second kill. Six to 3 is the score, excuse me. Suns with the serve. That's going to be 4 hits. And a side out to the Tigers. Stevens with her third kill. Adriana Starks back to serve. (7-4). Trouble. We're going to have a chance. Nope. Ended up with a relatively good chance to get that across, but nobody went after it. A little campfire defense after the second contact, actually. Starks back to serve. A rotation error called on the Tigers. Starks has served 2 straight service points. The referee goes out and lines the girls up to make sure they're in the right spot. That's well out. Coach Rigg back there in catcher's position to catch that one. Hitting air. Starks gets another service point. Free ball comes across. Starks is there. Van Beck off the block by Stevens. Lubai had to touch. That's going to be Rigg, Wilcox, Stevens. Going to get a chance. Knocked across by Lubai. Stevens drills it off of Quigley. And a 4th kill for the Suns' Kara Stevens. A 4th service point for Adriana Starks. And a timeout charged to the Suns. We'll take one as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sports.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
And welcome back to Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 11-4 the lead. Southeastern at Southeastern High School against the Beardstown Tigers. And Starks tried to just drop that one across the net. And I'm not sure that Coach Kerr was overly impressed with that idea. Or maybe it was his idea and it didn't work as well as he wanted it to. Lubai. Winner Lubai back to serve now. Stevens drives it into the deep left corner. Kara Stevens gets her 5th kill in her first trip through the front row. She'll come back to serve now for her first attempt at the service line. Her team up by 7, 12-5. Drops it in short. It's dug up. Free ball across. Stevens is there. Out to Rigg. And Rigg is going to get her first kill of the night. Actually, it's the first kill by somebody not called, Kara Stevens. So Riley Hart's in the front row now, along with Kylie Putnam in the front row and Tegan Rigg. Stevens gets her first service point. Set, middle, blocked off the arms of Riley Hart. The kill for Kylan Maltby. Back to serve, number 12, Autumn Bowman, senior for Beardstown. Drops it in short. Wilcox is there. Outside it goes to Rigg. Off the block, dug up in the back row. Going to be pushed out of bounds. Good thought. Couldn't quite follow through with the execution, though, for Quigley, and a side out to the Suns. Coming in to serve for Southeastern. It's going to be number 12, Morgan Simmons, as she went out during the front row. Putnam comes out. Simmons comes in. Back set on the attack. Beardstown dug by Stevens. Now to Rigg. Rigg's going to knock it across. Outside it's going to come. Through the block. Dug up by Starks. Stevens back to Rigg. Down the line. Out of bounds. Ooh. Coach Kerr had a better look than I did, and he didn't complain, so I'm going to say it must have been in, but it looked out to me. Back to serve. Number 19 is Maltby. Her team trailing by 7. Missed one there. Jump serve didn't even get to the net. It went under the net without hitting it. 15-7. Coming back in to set and serve is Jordan Van Beck. Riley Hart takes a seat. Jalen Van Beck, excuse me. I knew that. Pushed across. Starks is there. Bump set. Wilcox blocks on the Tegan Rigg attack by Letitia Conda. She gets the block and a side out for Beardstown. Back to serve the libero, Ava Quigley. Back set, Rigg. Blocked, dug up with a one-arm dig by Rigg. Back set, Simmons going to push it across. She's a back row player. Lubai with the attack and the kill. Lubai gets her first kill. Quigley gets her first service point. That's only the third service point of the match for Hulett. Serve barely. Overpass. Dug up by Starks. Now an overpass. Dug up again. And it's finally going to fall. A couple of overpasses there. Don't result in true points. But it's a second straight point. And 3 straight, including the side out for Quigley and the Tigers, who have cut the lead to 5 now. And then got a little on top of that when it would appear. Serves it into the net. A service error, and Tegan Rigg going back to serve for the first time. She served 5 straight to open the set. Had 3 aces. That one's dug. It's an overpass. Van Beck, middle to Stevens. Stevens goes off of Ava Quigley out of bounds. She's found herself back in the front row and gets her 6th kill. Tegan Rigg sailed that one just a little bit long. They let it go at the very last second, and it was enough to let it go out of bounds. Ola Quigley, who served 2 points in her first service. She was the first server for Beardstown. She got 2 points, and that was the last point served offensively for points before Ava did it in the last rotation of set number 1, first round. Dig outside. It's going to go to Wilcox, and she tries to go down the line. Got it too far outside. A hitting error. Quigley gets her 3rd service point. And back Stevens off of Ola Quigley. Out of bounds. Steven gets her 7th kill. It's 18-12. Back to serve is Morgan Wilcox. Middle. Lubai. Miss hit. A hitting error. And a point for Wilcox and the Lady Suns. Morgan Wilcox gets her first service point. Conda on the attack. Middle now to Stevens. Ola Quigley. Lubai sends it across. The joust at the net. Hart digs it up. Rigg from the back row. It's dug in the back row by Maltby. That's well out of bounds on the hitting error, and another point for the Suns. A good rally there, though. Both teams getting out of system but battling their way through it. Wilcox gets her 2nd service point of the service. 2nd time through the rotation, she gets her first 2 service points. And another one there. Timeout charged to Beardstown. This game being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when the computer goes down. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurniture Inc., as in incorporated, inc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Come back to action here. Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. The girls can go back and watch that. Ola Quigley on the set. It's going to be punched across by Maltby. Middle, Stevens, down. Maltby there for the dig. An overpass. Rigg is there. Van Beck to Stevens again. Tips that one across. It's dug up, and that might have been made savable by Lubai. I don't know if Conda could have got to that otherwise, but the pass ended up not being good enough. 4 points for Morgan Wilcox now. 22-12. Back to a 10-point lead. Let's serve. Conda was there. Bump. Lubai sends it across. Van Beck. Starks. Out to Putnam. Dug by Ava Quigley. Pushed across. Rigg was there. Bumped up. Free ball by Van Beck. Ava Quigley. Ola Quigley sets middle to Lubai. Blocked by Stevens and down. The first block of the night for the Lady Suns comes off the hands of Kara Stevens. That's not a surprise, but a bit of a surprise. That's the first one they've got. 23-12 the score. Maltby. Oh, nice job to dig it out of the net by the Tigers. Van Beck, middle. Stevens drives it off Ava Quigley. Ola Quigley's there. Going to be a free ball sent across by Lubai. Stevens, Van Beck, Stevens off the net. Oh, got a hand under it. Did Ava Quigley, but couldn't do anything with it. A kill for Kara Stevens, unofficially her 8th of set number 1, and it's set point. 24-12 the score. Wilcox has served 6 straight. Drops that one in. Conda hits that into the net. And it's set 1, goes to the Southeastern Suns, 25-12. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the second set. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back to Southeastern High School as Adams Fiber brings Southeastern Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Adam Hulett on the camera tonight. Want to thank him for making the trip down with me this evening. As you can see, 25-12, the set one win for the Suns. We'll clear that and get it ready for set number 2. It will be Beardstown serving first in set 2. They have Ola Quigley with 3 service points. Nobody has more than 1 kill, and nobody has more than 1 block. Ava Quigley has 2 service points. That's the 5 service points they had in set number 1. Morgan Wilcox leads all servers with 6 service points. That was in her second service. Tegan Rigg opened set 1 with 5 service points to get things started for the Suns. And it looks like Ava Quigley is going to start things off at the service line. Scores reset. We saw Unity beat West Prairie 15-8 last night in set number 1, and West Prairie came back and won set 2. So anything can happen. Starks, Van Beck, Stevens, and a kill for Kara Stevens. And that almost unfair because the ball bouncing around clear on the right side of the court. Lubai was trying to block her on her own from the middle blocker's position all the way over there, and they set it to Stevens, and Lubai had no chance to get there. And now Morgan Wilcox, who finished set 1 with 6 straight service points, picks up 1 here. That is an ace. It's her first ace, though. It's 2-0. Southeastern after the Wilcox ace. Drop that one short. Maltby's there. Ava Quigley. Lubai sends a free ball across. Stevens, Van Beck, Stevens again. Drives that one home. 10 kills for Stevens. 8 service points for Wilcox. 3-0. Suns. Lubai on the attack, and she'll get the kill. First player on the Tigers' side with more than 1 kill. That's winner Lubai. She gets kill number 2 on the night. Now it's going to be Ola Quigley back to serve for the Tigers. She takes a weird angle from outside the line up into the court. The jump serve. Wilcox is there. An overpass dug up by Van Beck. Pushed across by Wilcox. Going to stay low. Outside, tipped across. It was going out of bounds. Van Beck dug it. Stevens blocked, tipped up, and it's going to fall. Wrong spot. We'll put it there. It's 4-1. And Adriana Starks coming back to serve. Starks served 4 in her lone service of the night. Ava Quigley with the serve receive. Free ball is going to come across. Rigg is there. Van Beck. Now a little bit of a slide from Stevens. Oh, good job to keep that up and get it across. Starks there again. Van Beck now another slide way outside. Comes back across. Maltby's there. And it's going to be a kill for Kara Stevens, her 11th. As Maltby could not handle the attack on the slide by Stevens. They just kept working Stevens farther and farther to the right side there. She was going to have to start coming back left some point because she was running out of real estate. Now a set across to Rigg, Van Beck, another slide. Blocked that time by Lubai. That's her second block. Stevens, Van Beck, Stevens. Dig by Ola Quigley. It was number 3 is Dahl on the attack there. Now it's going to have to be pushed across. Coach Kerr wanted 4 hits, didn't get the call. Ola Quigley with the dig. Ava Quigley is going to have a chance to get it to Maltby. She gets it across. Van Beck back to Stevens. Tips it across. Coming down to get it was Dahl, but Maltby went diving after it. It's going to be a kill for Kara Stevens, her 12th. She'll come back to serve now with a 6-2 lead. Riley Hart in. Jordan Van Beck goes out. Stevens will be the setter now for Southeastern. And drop that one in short. It's an ace for Kara Stevens. It's her second service point, first ace. 7-2 the score. Tegan Rigg going to drop it down in front of a diving. Let's see who that is back there, to be honest with you. Can't see the number, but it's a kill nonetheless for Tegan Rigg, her second. Kara Stevens gets her third service point. Nice pass that time. Maltby now all the way across court. Wilcox got a hand on it. Went out of bounds and a side out. It's 8-3. Lubai going back to serve. Conda, I believe, coming in the front row. It is. She'll be the middle now. Stevens out to Rigg. Down the line. Dug by Ola Quigley, but she could do nothing with it. Tegan Rigg gets her third kill. Morgan Simmons coming back in now. More trouble. Quigley's going to push it across. Starks is there. Stevens back to Hart. Hart drops it in and gets the ace. Riley Hart gets her first kill. Simmons gets her first service point. Riley Hart with the kill. More passing trouble. Not able to get it across. Passing errors begin to mount for Beardstown. Another short one, and it drops in for an ace. Morgan Simmons, 3 straight and an ace. Sub coming in. Looks like coming in for Beardstown is going to be number 8, Ava Knaus. Right at her they go. Nice pass, though. Maltby on the attack. Rigg is there. Stevens back to Rigg. Off the block. Dug by Knaus. To the net, and it's going to drop in. Passing error. Four straight for Morgan Simmons. Another one dropped really short. Rigg, Stevens, middle to Wilcox, off the arms of Ava Quigley, and a kill for Morgan Wilcox. Timeout on the floor, charge to Beardstown. It's 14-3. The Suns trying to run away with this one. Wilcox has 5 service points. Simmons does. Wilcox has her first kill. This game tonight being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. They are probably right smack dab in the middle of trivia, which they do every Tuesday night. $1 wings on Wednesday night. Steak night is Thursday night. That's at the Sports Corner at 124. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. And with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb, on East Jackson Street, Stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronelby.com to check out their inventory. Simmons drops it short. An overpass. And we'll call it a kill for Wilcox. I'm not really sure if she touched it or not, but we'll call it one anyway. Morgan Simmons gets her 6th straight service point. More trouble on serve receive. Maltby that time. Another ace for Morgan Simmons and the Lady Suns. 16-3. Maltby, Quigley, Conda, dug up by Hart. Back to Hart it comes. Over the block and down. Riley Hart is going to get her 2nd kill of the night. 17-3. Subs coming in. An ace. Oh, that looked like it landed on the line. I'm going to call it out of bounds, though. Going back to serve for Beardstown is going to be Autumn Bowman. 17-4. Bowman's got a very similar service style to Ola Quigley. Wilcox, Stevens, Hart, and a hitting error. Bowman gets her 1st service point. Just 6 service points in this match so far. Outside, Rigg drives that one out of bounds, no touch. I thought it was touched at the last second, but apparently not. Bowman gets another point. 17-6. Jason Arthur in the chat says, good morning, everyone. It's a morning somewhere. Kind of like it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? When it's 5 o'clock. Always 5 o'clock somewhere. It's always morning somewhere. Rigg sails that one deep and out of play as well. 17-7. And a miss hit by Bowman on that one results in a side out. Riley Hart goes out. Jalen Van Beck comes back in with her team up by 11 now, 18-7. Back set. Maltby. Van Beck's going to send a free ball across. Good job by Starks to stay with it. Everybody goes to the net block, and it somehow got punched backwards. Maltby going back to serve now with her team down by 10 again, 18-8. Wilcox sends a free ball across. That one sailed out.
I got it. Stay there. I got it.
Outside punched across. Stevens with another kill. Riggs serves up a point, her 6th. First one since her first service of the match, though. This is only her 3rd, I guess. Stevens tips it across. Good dig over there on the far side. That's Canoes, I think. Nope. Punch it across. Good job by Maltby to get to that. Now Stevens going to dump it across. Quigley now back out to Maltby. Stevens. Van Beck out to Wilcox. Drives it down. Ava Quigley with a nice dig on the far side. It's going to bounce across. Van Beck out to Wilcox. Off the block. And it's going to fall. Wilcox is going to get the kill. 21-8. Wilcox gets her third kill. 7th service point for Tegan Rigg. Timeout. Charge to Beardstown. It'll be their second of the set, I do believe. We'll take one. No, we'll stay here. Game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital's athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell, Macomb, and Monmouth. Provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2025. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit. And another point is a passing air results. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. It's 22-8. Stevens going to drive that one off of Bowman out of bounds. Stevens with her 14th kill. 23-8 now. Maltby overpass. Van Beck back to Starks. Starks dug up in the back row by Maltby. Outside Wilcox drives it down in front of Bowman and a diving Ava Quigley. It's match points on Wilcox's fourth serve, the fourth kill. Rigg now has 9 service points to lead all servers. Chance to get her 10th here and a 25th and match-winning point. Quigley to Quigley. And that's going to sail out of bounds, and that'll do it. 25-8 the score. We will keep this postgame short as we look at some stats. Riley Hart had 2 kills. Morgan Wilcox had 4. Morgan Simmons had 8 service points, including 2 aces. Adriana Starks had 4 service points. Tegan Rigg had 10 service points, including 3 aces. She also had 3 kills. Kara Stevens had 3 points and an ace, a block, and 14 kills to lead the Lady Suns. And 2 service points for Ava Quigley, 2 kills and 2 blocks for Winter Lubai. 3 service points for Ola Quigley, 1 block for Letitia Conda, 3 service points for Autumn Bowman, and a block for Kylan Maltby. Well, that'll do it. 25-12, 25-8. The Lady Suns get the win here tonight. We'll head out. Thanks for watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Before we head out, I'll make sure to tell you when we got coming up. We got some big games coming up for Southeastern. Tomorrow night, Southeastern hosts Macomb right here at Southeastern High School. So we'll be back here for that. And then next week, Southeastern hosts QND on the 7th. So we'll be here for that as well, in Rushville Industry on the 6th. So that will do it. Tomorrow night, it's Macomb and Southeastern from here in Augusta. You'll have to listen to me again tomorrow night if you want to watch. We appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you again very soon.